everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, host of The Kim Jacobs Show, where we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. Listen, we go live every weekday, Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I bring guests on that talk about their backstories, things that they've had to overcome to become who they are today. Many of them are balancing and juggling life, and they've become experts in different fields. So they're sharing tips with you to make your life just a little bit easier. Many times as a guest in the studio audience, you'll get a chance to walk away with a missing piece of the puzzle that might be missing in your life. Let's go on this journey together, and I look forward to seeing you Monday through Friday at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on The Kim Jacobs Show. You're watching Kim Jacobs Show. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this episode of The Kim Jacobs Show. I hope that you all are having a fantastic day. How are you over there? Share My Life TV host, Marvina Sims. How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Thank you. I'm excited about the graduation.
I'm excited for you. How are you, Ivy Dabo?
I am doing great. I'm so glad to be here. And like Miss Marvina, I too am very excited about the graduation. Excited.
Awesome. So I am also going to say hello to Lisa Thomas. How are you?
I'm doing wonderfully well, and it's a pleasure and a great opportunity to be here. And I'm just excited, super excited to be here. Thank you.
Super excited to have you. And Latoya is in the background there, and I'll pull her in when I see her camera up and ready to go. Listen, everybody in the virtual studio, you ready, Latoya? Give me a thumbs up whenever you're ready to come in, and I'll pull you in as well. All right. Anyway, listen, everybody in the virtual studio audience, here are some ground rules for you guys. We are so excited to celebrate these individuals today. They are starting their own talk shows. And so I see two more backstage. This group went together through the training together collectively. So it took a lot of coordination, lots of work, lots of emotions, and we were all different places in life, right? So we had to be able to work together synergistically to get through everyone's show topics, issues, things that we wanted to make sure would work smoothly for them to have the outcome that they desire. So in the virtual studio audience, I see you, TJ, Dr. TJ, pull your camera down a little bit because it's showing your ceiling. Okay. I see you backstage though. And so once you do that, we'll pull you in as well. And she's a traveling girl over there. So she's out here making waves in the world, but doing a makeshift studio there. And speaking of which, Marvina Sims, if you hear any grandchild in the background, she has her granddaughter sitting right to the side of her, and that's her play area, right? So Marvina had to shift the camera and was like, I got to get out of her play area. I'm in her play area here, So anyway, so that's what's happening. And this show is all about how we balance different aspects of our lives here on the Kim Jacobs Show anyway. So all of these people balance their lives in a wide variety of ways. And you're going to hear their backstories. Hey, Latoya, how are you? Unmute yourself. And Dr. TJ, traveling woman over there, how are you?
Excellent. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you, Latoya?
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Doing wonderful. So glad to have you all here. Everyone in the virtual studio audience, listen, lots of comments. I can see you all already pouring your comments on here. Make sure that you all share congratulatory comments too, because today this is going to be a graduation of these new talk show hosts. Each of them will share some of their backstory, what made them interested in becoming a host. And we're going to learn a lot more about them throughout today's broadcast. Mackenzie backstage, show me some of the people that's visiting in today so we can acknowledge them. Not the advertisements, just the comments. That's all. Okay, from Zimbabwe, Warren is in the house. Good morning from Dallas, Pam. Who else is on? Good morning from Michigan. Have a blessed day. Patricia, so glad to have you. From Pakistan, Fatima is in the house. All right, y'all showed them a lot of love today because these are going to be some of your new talk show hosts that's hitting the scene. All right, I see a lot more comments, but we're going to go ahead and take a quick, hey, how are you, Kazobox? All the way from Zimbabwe. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, let's hear from Ivy. Ivy, you like, dog, I'm the only male on here. Let me get sandwiched in the middle. How about we'll do that? We'll sandwich you in the middle. All right, let's hear from Marvina. You already been kicking this thing off. So when we come back, we're going to hear from Marvina Sims, a new host of a show called Share My Life TV. And we're going to hear her backstory when we come back right after this commercial break.
It's not just another day, it's a brand new day, full of all the fun, love, and laughter you and your family create. Silver Shield Security understands feeling at home means feeling safe and happy. No credit checks, no contracts. We offer payment arrangements, and we'll even give you a free door camera. Find out how we can brighten your day even more at silvershield-security.com. Silver Shield Security.
All right, everyone, and we are back. We are talking with some of the new talk show hosts that's going to be hitting the scenes, and we're going to start with Marvina Sims. Marvina, if you would, just tell everybody a little bit about your background, who you are, some of the things you've had to overcome to become who you are today. And then
thank you so much, Kim. I had a lot to overcome. I was born with a disease called brittle bones, where it affected my legs only. There are different types of that. So I constantly broke my legs, stayed in the hospital, had to have physical therapy. I was basically raised in poverty as a child. My mom was a single parent, and I grew up on the west side of Chicago, West Side, in a place called the Rockwell Gardens Chicago Housing Authority. So you can imagine being in a neighborhood like that, where there are all types of people who are just trying to survive and lack of education. So it was pretty rough. I could tell you it's been a lot of scary times that I can recall. So I made it through all of that to get to where I am today. And so I started to recognize, because I am an avid reader since I was knee-high to a turtle. And I can recall so many stories inspiring me, making me believe that my life is not going to always be this way. And lo and behold, it was so true. So I decided I now want to be able to do what others were able to do for me. And that is to share my life and incorporate people to come on my show to share their lives, to let them know whatever you're going through, it's only temporary. So this is my word to you today, to inspire you that trouble don't last always, as the gospel song goes. And I'm a true witness. I'm not just telling you what I've heard. I'm telling you what I've experienced. And so I've also written books on my
five to be exact.
I have 5 books to be exact. And the one that's about my life is Brittle, Never Broken, because I believe that is not just the story of my impactful memoir, but it is the experiences of all of our lives globally.
Excellent.
So thank you so much, Kim, for allowing me to be here to share that. And I'm hoping I can hear from many of the people listening out there. You have a story to tell, and I need you to come on Share My Life TV so others can hear it. Thank you.
Absolutely. And we're going to talk about when they can tune in and all of that. So we'll talk about that later throughout the broadcast. But Marvina, I do want to know, I said you have 5 books and you're speaker and empowerment coach. When you're traveling, what is the overall message that you want people to walk away with when they're hearing your different talks?
I want everyone to know that if I can do it, anybody can. No excuse. No excuse. I mean, we can slow down. We can get discouraged, but you got to keep moving. You got to keep going. You got to keep around those people who are going to inspire you, who are going to encourage you, who's not going to let you give up so easily. So that is what I'm hoping people can recognize. Hang in there. One thing I want to add in that is I broke both of my knees, February 2021.
Hmm.
And of course, being the age I am now, it was like, oh my God, how long is this going to take to heal?
Right.
And it will really work on your spirit. I don't know if anybody ever broke a bone before, but that situation will really work on your spirit. And so it was February, so it was still winter, and it was a lot of snow in Chicago last year. It was a lot of snow,
Yeah.
and I was
Chicago,
just
there's always a lot of snow. You don't have
yes, well, that's true too. But I was so discouraged because I'm like, oh my God, now I gotta sit in the house, not only because of the snow, because of my condition, I couldn't
Right.
really do much. But then you know what happened?
What?
6 weeks later, the snow had melted, the rain had started coming, the grass started getting greener, the flowers started to blooming. So that right there, oh my God, I'm starting to just feel that all over again. If you could just remember, winter is only temporary.
That's right.
Spring will be blooming soon, and that's for your life directly, not just for the season. Please receive that and believe that.
Wow. Marvina, you are, in my opinion, you're an inspiration in a lot of different regards. You are a domestic violence advocate as well. And then I know too that you worked and you was able to do like early retirement from with the railroads. It's a lot to your story, and I can't wait for people to be able to learn more about you. But just one tip of advice for people, because you've already shared it. Winter basically don't last always. That's a tip. If you can do it, other people can do it. And you live with brittle bone syndrome type of situation. So you're an inspiration here. I just want people to, if they get a chance to hear that one nugget from you again, another one, because you've already given plenty, what would be the tip that you would give people from all of the different hats that you wear?
Oh, and I'm glad you brought that up about people being in domestic violence situation. Usually it's mostly women. So it's like you have to know, at least get in tune with your higher power. I'm a true believer in divine intervention, and I know I have a prayer life that I can see God constantly answering my prayers and
Right.
miracles happen. Like I tell people, I'm a miracle, and I'm a witness to so many others being a miracle. And so, one of the main things I would like for people to recognize, it doesn't matter your situation, whatever you're in. If it's domestic violence, if it's grieving a loved one that was lost, if it's an illness, you have to get that mindset, read things, watch videos, talk to people who are also positive minded. So that is one of the main keys to help you get through. And then oftentimes when you pray and meditate and fast and believe, that right there will help you to get the answers, the direction you need. I can't tell you how many times that has happened to me in my life. And it's amazing. You have to listen. Look, when the Bible tells us about that still small voice, that thing is real. Listen, I can't tell you how real it is. It's been real for me. So you got to believe. I'm getting excited over here, Miss Kim.
You should be, because you get ready to host a new show, which we're going to talk about even more later in today's broadcast. But before we do that, we're going to take a moment to get ready to hear from, okay, IB, we're going to go ahead and probably sandwich you in right about here. But I want to thank you, Marvina, for being here today and for sharing your life. And I can't wait to see your show even more. I know it's already debuted. We'll talk about the details of it. But IB Dabo, you're here today, and I'm happy to have you as one of the new show hosts also. And I want to be able to give you the opportunity to share your background a little bit. Tell us about you.
Thank you so much, Miss Kim. So I am Ibrahim. I am from the beautiful country of Sierra Leone in West Africa. Now, a little bit about my story. Growing up, I did not have a father in the house. My dad unfortunately passed away when I was 3 years old. So as I was coming to terms with that, I had to deal with a lot of loss because
Right.
of the war. I had to experience war at a very early age. At the age of 14, I had to escape my country of Sierra Leone that I love so much, and I journeyed through the Atlantic Ocean. In the middle of the Atlantic Ocean was a very scary ordeal in itself. We spent 5 days at sea. And then I spent 7 years as a refugee in West Africa, in the Gambia. Now, my challenges having to deal with being a young refugee, a teenager, and also having to experience bullying over years, as well as having to deal with a hearing impaired diagnosis later in years, only to realize that I had spent most of my years experiencing hearing loss and not even know about it. These are some of the challenges that I experienced as a young person growing up. But then I was able to push through thanks to the support of family and friends, and just believing in myself, because I believed that God had a purpose for my life. And I was able to come through with a breakthrough actually when I was a refugee at the age of 17 to become a journalist, and the challenges and opportunities that came about as a result of that opportunity as well. But thanks be to God, I'm here today to share my story with young people that I have experienced some really challenges that really tried to break me, but I was able to overcome. I was able to discover God had a purpose for my life, and I was able to believe that it is possible to accomplish anything you set your mind towards. And that's the story that I share with young people today.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Your story is nothing short of miraculous, because you guys that are in the virtual studio audience, I know that this is tugging at your heartstrings, and we're going to pop a lot of your comments up throughout today. We'll take like just a break to just before we keep moving. We're going to just pop the comments that's coming up regarding Marvina and Ibi Dabo. This was amazing. I don't even know the right word. Harrowing, heart wrenching, heartbreaking. You grew up, you didn't have your father, you escaped. You escaped? How did you, a child, get to go on this journey into the wilderness, basically? So I feel like you had a real true life Bible experience based on what I'm hearing. Is that what you would kind of equate it to?
Yes, so my mom was already here in the US, and I had to escape with my older brother, who is about 6 years older than myself. Fortunately, one person was able to give us a ride to the harbor. Interestingly, he was a displaced person 2 years earlier. He had escaped the war in the provinces in the country, and he came to the capital city where we were living. He knew no one there. My family accepted him into our home, and he became part of us. See how God works. And then years later, he's the only person who was able to get us to the harbor. Now, we did not have enough money to get on board, but God made a way. You know, sometimes when God has a purpose for your life, even when it seems impossible, God does make a way. God made a way for us. We jumped in the back of a pickup truck that showed up in the back gate of the harbor where my brother and I were sitting. These, you know, we sat on top of the bullets, the guns, and everything was back there. This was a pickup truck. I'm not sure if it was rebels or soldiers or a combination of the two. And they just go. I feel like God spoke to their heart. They said, jump into the back of the truck. We went in, and then we boarded that boat.
Wow.
It felt like a dream. I just did not believe what was happening. But I had to go through that. And I believe God let me go through that for a reason, because of who I am today, where I can stand up to support young people so that they can believe in themselves, so that they can get the inspiration that whatever it is that they want to do in life, no matter the challenges they're experiencing today, they can overcome it if they believe in themselves.
And what age group of children do you like to inspire? Because I see in your bio that you really love, it's a mission of yours to inspire students to turn every misfortune to an opportunity. But what age group is that you really like to focus on?
So I like to focus on the age between 13 and 23. And because of my journey in that, 13 years old, I was happy, excited, looking forward to the future. And then at the age of 14, here I was, had lost my uncle who was a father figure in my life. and then having to spend all those years dealing with adversity and not giving up. So I can really share the story of what was going on in my life at that stage. And they can see the example of what's possible, the transformation that's possible when you don't give up.
Wow. Okay. I'm telling you, if you are parents watching, which I know you are because you're watching the Kim Jacobs show, so that means a lot of moms are watching. Wouldn't you want to entrust your children to hear what Abi Dabo has to say? I know I do. And I want my children that will be watching to tune in and learn from this brilliant mind. And I cannot wait for the audience to know more about your upcoming show. Yay, everybody. Okay.
Thank you.
And I'll make sure too that people get a chance to know how to stay connected with you and everything throughout the broadcast. But what I'm going to do now is turn it over to Dr. TJ Naiman. How are you? Oh, let me unmute you. I know I have y'all muted because I didn't want the background noises. Okay, go ahead. That's me over here. Go ahead.
Good morning, Miss Kim. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me here with my brother and sisters. And what a delight this is. This is just such an honor. I feel very honored to be here this morning.
Well, I'm very honored to have you here today. And so what we're going to do is we're going to take a very brief commercial break. And when we come back from the commercial break, we're going to hear your backstory and what brought you to where you are today in this journey. Okay. We'll be right back, everyone, right after this break.
When someone has lost a loved one, they want to know what exactly happened. They want to know, is the other person going to be held responsible? And they want closure. At Hunter and Everett, we help clients that have lost a loved one move on and to do that with dignity and respect that they deserve.
We're back and we are talking with Dr. TJ Naiman now, who is also going to be a new host that you'll learn a lot more about. But let's hear your backstory, if you will.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, Miss Kim. Well, I always tell my students, I teach college, and I always, when I'm introducing myself, tell them, I was born in Southern Illinois, and my daddy was a coal miner. So I am a coal miner's daughter.
Okay.
But we moved when I was 3 years old. We moved to California, and obviously I lost that accent. And I guess in other regions they'd say I got a different accent. But what part of my story is that from age 3 to 18, we moved like 32 times, and we were not in the military. I always say, maybe, I don't know, maybe we were gypsies. I'm not real sure, but we moved a lot. And that was, that can be actually really difficult for a child that as you're growing up, that you actually move so much. But I'm so grateful, even as you've heard from my brother and sister Marvina, and you're going to hear from my other sisters. I know all of us have that strong relationship with our Creator. And I'm so fortunate because he says that even within our mother's womb is when he designed us.
Now. I'm sorry, I have to get my son to sign for something. And I'm like, I need you to come now because it's medication for my children. And I can't get him to come down. Okay, go. Keep going. Please forgive me. I was like, I got to get him to come because my children have 3 of them have cystic fibrosis. I'm like, I can't sign right now, but I have another whole human being in the show.
What's
in
his
the
name?
house, not the show, in the house. Go ahead.
What is his name? I'm going to tell him, do that right now. You just go over and listen to your mother.
If you would, start back over because I had to run to the door to tell the man, wait a minute, my son's coming. But I had to say, you have to come down now, right now. So y'all get to see mommy mode for real. This is like raw for real. Okay, go.
I love this because I had to run to the door and open the door. I'm in my brother's house today and I had to run to the door and open it for someone. And so isn't this awesome? I love it.
So please, if you would, start again one more time.
Start all over. You already moved me from Southern California.
No, go back to being a coal miner's daughter for a second. I heard it, but I had to do multitasking. So go back to being a coal miner's daughter and start from there. Go.
And at the age of 3, we moved to California. But then I was saying from age 3 to 18, we moved 32 times. I'm the baby of the family. So I know they moved many, many more times. And people always say, oh, military? I would say, no. I think we may have been gypsies. I'm not sure. But I did grow up in a really strong, the good part of that, because I also grew up in poverty. We did not grow up in a very, we did not have a lot of income. But what we did have was a lot of love. And I grew up in a solid foundation. I grew up in a foundation that always turned me back to God. And that's where my foundation has been. So part of the story, though, that I've shared in a group with my other brothers and sisters is that in 2009, my whole life fell apart. I'd been married for over 27 years. I was a pastor. I'm an ordained minister. And so divorce doesn't fit well in a minister's life. And in 2009, I ended up, as I mentioned, divorced after 27 years. But my whole world fell apart. I mean, I went into a fetal position. I still worked, but it was just very difficult. And so for the last 13, 14 years, I've just been climbing and crawling and trying to just exist. It just is what I've been trying to do. And I've only been able to do that for the grace of God. I usually work 3 and 4 jobs, but I do have some very good news to share today.
Okay.
Along with starting my show is that I finally have arrived at, when all my friends are retiring, I finally have my first full-time position at the college. Yay!
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I'm going to all these retirement parties, and now I'm inviting them to my full-time position party. And that's
congratulations to you. And you know what? I know too, with you being married for 27 years and having the divorce and now having your full-time new job, like you said, a lot of people are on the opposite side, they're retiring. There is a lot that you've overcome to become who you are today. So what advice would you give some of the viewers here that are watching to be able to know how they can get to the other side?
Thank you. Thank you. I always appreciate that opportunity because, and as you and I have shared, like, what will the doctor or what will the TJ Naaman show look like? I, along with IB and my sisters as well, we are all here about individuals finding your purpose. And that's part of what my story is going to be in my show is going to be, what's your legacy? How do you leave your legacy before you pass away? How do you leave your legacy while you are here today? And the show that I'm going to be working on is going to help you be inspired, to educate you, and then empower you. And so my message would be for every single person listening is that you have a reason for being here today. Yes. Today in September, what is the date today? September 6th, 2022, there's a reason you're here. And if it's even just to go to the grocery store and smile at someone, we're not getting a lot of smiles out there today. So if you can just go and smile and be friendly, that's your purpose for today, then do it. But if you don't know your purpose, I'm here to help individuals find their purpose, what God created them to be while they were in their mother's womb, beautifully and creatively just crafted by our maker. So that's why I'm here to say, you have a purpose. Let's find out what it is, and let's empower you to be who you are.
I love that. And I love here, I saw you said, I want individuals to recognize that it was determination that they should be alive during this time to meet a specific purpose that no one else can feel. That's something that was in some wording that I've read from you.
Yes.
So I am excited about the vision that you have in living your legacy now, capital N-O-W. I love that. So thank you for what you're bringing to the world. And I'm excited about it. So we're going to keep moving. And again, that was obviously the biggest interruption in the world that I had here. I have all kind of, you know what, today I think I'm balancing life at a whole different level. Look,
and there's more time to come. There may be a bigger interruption coming.
there's my sheepadoodle down here. And I don't know what he's down there gnawing at. I'm like, you know what? I cannot keep, and then he hacking. I'm like, you know what? I'm trying my best here but this show again, he's chewing on a toy.
This show changes lives.
This is what he's down here chewing on. He's chewing on.
There you go. I wish I had a toy to chew on. This show changes lives. And Kim, I am so grateful for you. And I know we all are. Thank you.
Well, at least you know that the show is a real about how you balance different aspects of your life. So I'm not just teaching something that I don't live personally. But okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to keep it moving. And I want to make sure that you get to hear from LaToya next. Is that there. We're gonna get a chance. And you know why we saving you last, Lisa, because you soothe us so much. That's why I'm saving you. Don't y'all all agree we need to save her? I need that. I need whoosh. I need that. What you gonna say at the end? So, Latoya Walker, how are you?
Hey, how's everyone doing?
Doing great, doing better now that you're here, and I'm able
Thank
to
you.
focus on everyone. Listen, Latoya, tell us about your backstory. I think this
Okay.
is for everybody learning about who you all are as you get ready to become these new hosts on different talk show platforms.
So yeah, my backstory, it started really, really rough. Just throughout my childhood, just being among violence and drugs and all sort of stuff. In 2013, I lost my brother. That caused me to go in a very depressing stage in my life, and then right after that, I guess I was looking for some sort of void or love, and I got into a marriage that I barely knew the guy. I don't know. People, wait. So I barely knew him. I knew him, but I didn't know what type of person he was. So that ended up being like a abusive marriage, and just around the wrong people, around the wrong crowd. But I was always a child of God, and I always knew that I didn't belong where I was. So in 2019, I think I was at this seminar, and this guy walked up to me, asked me, was I from the Igbo tribe? And I was like, no. So it's like everywhere I was going into the African community, they were asking me, what tribe are you from? What tribe are you from? I'm like, I'm not from a tribe. I'm from Oak Cliff. I'm from Dallas. So I just decided, God just started ministering to me about Africa, and I just did my DNA one day, and I found out that I was Cameroon and Nigerian. So since then, I have been a part of the African community doing podcasts. God even gave me an idea of a book, and it's called A Slave on the Throne. You can go on Amazon and purchase it. It's actually about a girl that was sold in captivity. She was sold into slavery by her parents. Well, not her parents, I'm sorry. She was sold by her family because she was next to go on the throne, but she was born out of wedlock. So they sold her, and she makes her way back to Africa on the throne. And it's kind of like what I went through. I went through a lot, and I made my way back on the throne. I joined Les Brown's Power Voice, Hungry for Greatness. And since then, I used to be so sad, and how people was rejecting me, not being invited to family events. And let me tell you something, God is so good, because sometimes he don't want you at those small events. Within this year, I have been invited to speak at 3 events. One is actually in Dubai, and last week I found out that I'll be in Turkey for the 2020 African Fashion Show. So I don't know who this is for, but
Oh my
be
goodness.
okay with not being invited. Be okay with not being invited, because where God is taking you to, you will be among great men and women. So that's my story, just coming from the streets. And now God sending me around the world, it looks like, to speak. So that's
Oh,
it.
I'm so excited about that. And you know what? We had a running joke kind of thing behind
Hmm.
the scenes when we were going through our training program. We were like, somebody gonna snatch you up and be like, hello, you're gonna be the queen of this country.
Yeah.
And so here you are, ready to go to Dubai and to where else
Yes.
are you saying? Where else
I'm
are you
going to Dubai, and I'm going to Turkey to the
and to
2022
Turkey?
African. It's a fashion show that's going to be in Turkey. So
Oh, you
I,
look
I
like you
just
get
got,
ready
yeah,
to.
they just chose me to be a speaker last week. I just got my invitation. So I'm super excited about that.
It's just something about you, and in a positive way. I don't know
Oh,
if
you
positive or
always tell
negative. I don't.
me
That's neither here nor there. I just believe that God made you fearfully and wonderfully made, and all of us, no matter what tribe we are in, what way of
that. Right.
life we are in, we are
Mm-hmm.
all fearfully and wonderfully
Mm-hmm.
made. And I am so excited about who He created you to be, and I can't wait for you to walk into your destiny, into your purpose.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
it's so exciting to me. And I mean, all of your brothers and sisters that have graduated on this platform with you have shared in those sentiments. So I am eager to see what the
Thank
future
you.
holds for you. Let me go here and just see. I know that you're a business owner, you're an international speaker. Obviously, you're going to be probably a queen of a country, or you're going to be something,
I'm
something.
receiving it.
But I don't know, but I know you're going to have something going on like that. A Slave on the Throne is one of your releases that you are also working on. You have a second book, Six Kings and One Queen. What
Hmm.
what is your overall mission? I know your mission is to draw people closer to God and help them rise up from their past faults, traumas, and failures. How do you recommend that you're going to be the one to help do that?
My overall mission is to let people know that it don't matter what you done. It don't matter where you been. It just don't matter. It don't matter what you did yesterday. It don't matter if you fell short, if you did something, and God ain't mad at us. It don't matter what you said something to somebody 30 minutes ago. God is not a human. See, humans hold grudges. Humans stay mad. Don't hold yourself hostage because of what you done. Don't hold yourself hostage because of what somebody else has done to you. And we often go through life mad and upset. It's either because of what somebody done or what we done, and you don't get to experience life. So my message is today: release yourself, free yourself, and live. God did not put us
Yes.
on this earth so we can be mad about our grandmother giving our cousin more. I was talking to a young lady one day and she was mad at somebody, and I said, how old? I was thinking that it was something recent that had happened, and she was like, oh, when we were 6. So you 38 and you still no, we gotta let go of all that
Break
stuff.
free from those past
Break free. You have
chains.
to break free of people from your past as well, because they knew you then, and and people will try to hold you back. They'll try to hold you to who you used to be, and either they're gonna say who he think he is or who she thinks she is. That's fake, and you have to release and free yourself from these peoples and these negative thoughts, and just go on with your life, because God got a plan for each and every one of us. But it's for us to say, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And can't nobody tell me nothing. The other day, Bishop Jake said, I'm not going to let nobody, I'm not going to stop going into my blessing just for somebody to like me. You're not gonna be able to please everybody, and most of the people that feel like that you gotta please them is people from your past. Oh, they knew you then, they knew you when you were Saul, but you is Paul now. So step into your destiny and be great.
Step into your destiny, everybody, and just be great. Okay. Y'all are hearing it from some wonderful new hosts that's hitting the scenes here, and we're presenting them here today to you all. Let's go over to, let's see, I'm going to go to a lot of the comments, Mackenzie, in a few minutes, so you can take them down for a minute, because I got to make sure the flow goes right with all of these people. That's the reason I'm doing it a little differently today. Mackenzie, thank you backstage for helping me. Again, pardon the interruption earlier when I had to sign for my children's medication. Lisa, I'm going to unmute you and let's hear from you. Tell us about your backstory.
Hello, everyone. It's such a privilege and an honor to be on this show and with my brothers and sisters from the BAA community. I love each of you, and it's a pleasure because it's an opportunity to do something that we've never done before, step out of our comfort zone and do some of the things that we've been equipped to do. I was born with a hole in my heart, and just as I was thinking before coming on, the significance of what that entails, through prayer, I was healed of that. So I was raised in a family where we believed in prayer. We believed in, well, I believe in God. We believe in God. You believe in whomever you choose to.
Right. Whoever.
But I know just from my experience, it works. Prayer does work. I was the first person in my family to graduate from college. I went to school, got all the good grades, and did everything that I was supposed to do. In the midst of all of that, after getting married, after being married for 14 years, I found myself with 3 children and divorced. At that moment, I decided it's like I can't stay here and get stuck and not do anything, because I was taught you in case that in case it doesn't work, uh, always have a backup plan. So because I was
Right.
educated, I was able to do something. But during the time I got divorced, God dropped in my spirit to open up a home care business. And I did. When I opened up that business, I was 45 years old. It lets me know that you're not too young and you're not too old
That's right.
to pursue your dreams, whatever they may be. When I was at the home care business, I used to do trainings, and one of the things I often did was I trained the. I was in charge of training the employees,
Oh, wonderful.
and as I did those things, I often told them, one day I'm gonna be on TV. I'm practicing with each of you. They used to laugh and support me. And it's like, you got it, Miss Lisa. It's like, but it took all of that for me to get to where I am. What I realized over this lifetime is when you quiet yourself and listen, all of the answers that you need will come. One of my favorite scriptures is God has given us everything that pertains to life and godliness. When He created us, He gave us, He equipped us, He gave us everything that we need in order to thrive in life. Life is what you make it. If it's not going the way you want it to go, you have the opportunity to change your thinking,
That's right.
change your perception of how you see that situation. As our mentor, Dr. Les Brown, would say, life is happening to you, not to you, but
It's
for you.
for you. It's happening
It's
for
happening
you.
for you. It's happening for you because it's going to allow you to become the better version of yourself. One of
That's
the
right.
things that I often think about is no matter where I am, I can always improve. You can get better every day. And that's something that Dr. Delatoro McNeil often says.
Yes.
1% better every day. If you become 1% better every day at the end of the year, that's 365% better than you were when you started. That's awesome. No matter how small it may seem,
That's right.
you can still get better. But in this journey, after in 2020, March of 2020, I was diagnosed with COVID. We don't talk about it often, but during that time, I was able to quiet myself even more to
Mm.
hear the voices that was the voice of God as I know it to be. And
Mm.
He instructed me to do certain things. I wrote down things that I wanted to do. And because
Wow.
I wrote them down, the things that I wrote, they're unfolding right before my eyes. One of the things I wanted to do, one of the things I wrote was I wanted to meet Dr. Les Brown. I wrote that in my
Mm.
journal. And lo and behold, I was able to train for over 6 months with this phenomenal man of God that has inspired me to do more. As he often tells you, and even in my, sometimes you get to a point where you don't believe that you can do certain things in life, but the opportunities are there. It's just a decision that you have to make. When I made
Right.
up my mind that I would do something more, because
Mm.
there was more to this life than what I was experiencing,
Wow.
everything fell into place. So even now, having this opportunity to come before people, to give them an opportunity to hear and to listen to the whispers of their heart, the correlation with the heart problems that I had as a child, not realizing until right now at this moment why
Right.
that name for the show so resonates with me.
Mm.
In the spiritual realm, there are whispers. We can sometimes hear them if we quiet ourselves. If we
Yes.
quiet ourselves and listen, the answers will come. But we're
Always.
so busy doing so many other things until we sometimes miss it. So I'm here to help individuals to identify that voice, understand their calling in their life,
Yes.
and giving them the opportunity to take some type of action, even if it's something every day to make you work towards that goal or that dream, whatever it is that call is on your life, then you can
Yes.
have those things. So
All
that's
right.
part of my story.
Listen,
Snippet
that's why we
of my
saved you
story.
for last with the backstory. Entrepreneur, CEO, inspirational speaker, trainer, coach, mentor, having a whole second lease on life, from the heart situation, over 35 years of experience working with persons with developmental disabilities, the elderly, and persons with mental health challenges. You are a force to be reckoned with, and you really do whisper to our hearts that we've experienced as we've gone through this course together. So thank you for letting God use you the way that He has. Lisa Thomas. All right. So I did that a little bit differently because I wanted to make sure that I got a chance for you all to hear the backstories of these individuals. Now, I see a lot of comments that's come in, and okay, so I think Mackenzie's having some balance stuff going on too because she popped off, and that's rare. So, with that being the case, that means that you're going to see me balancing even more because I have to go and work the comments today. So, I am going to go over here for a few moments, and y'all about to hear me yell some more because my son he's a lifeguard, right? And he also has to work, and he has to be to work like right after my show ends. And do you know that boy went back upstairs? He went back upstairs. It's like, you gonna make me unravel on this good show today. I'm like, now why in the world would he go back upstairs? He needs to go to work. Okay, pay me no attention, y'all. I'm trying to balance. Okay, I'm trying to balance my life over here. Oh my goodness. Okay, let me get it together. Here you go. Hello, everyone. I'm Kim Jacobs, the Balance Doctor. And today we're going to be talking with these new talk show hosts in the most professional way possible. All right, let's see. I'm just being silly, y'all, but okay, let's go. Comments. Somebody, okay, you know what? These are great comments that's pouring in. So we're going to take a few minutes to acknowledge them. Tony says, hey, 1% better. 1% better. I like that. He likes that comment that you all made. Yes, I see you, Tony. You're not too old, too young, or too old. Cheryl Lavelle says, thank you so much, Cheryl, for your comment. And these are comments to things you all were saying. And let's see, you have to apologize to yourself for holding on to the past for whatever reason and let yourself live, Tony said. Okay, I told y'all you got to read the comments some too. So since I don't have my person backstage, I got to make sure I know what I'm putting up. Okay, Eugene says, oh my goodness. Wow, I joined just a few minutes ago. And as I heard Walker speaking, it's a huge encouragement to many. Guilt has been eating many people up. God bless you for surrendering to God. Yes. All right. Congratulations. Wow. Forgive. Wow. With God, all things are possible. I see you, Cheryl. I see you living even after, says, praise God. Won't He do it? Yes, He will. I see all of the hearts and emojis. I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything. TJ Naaman. Linda said, thank you so much for sharing your story. So excited for your new assignment in education. Absolutely awesome. You are refiring, not retiring. God's continued blessings. I see all of the heart emojis. That's a blessing, Felita says. Thank God for your testimony, sir. I am not that young anymore, but I'm encouraged and I'm inspired by you, Abidabo. Good morning. Yes. Won't He do it? But God, won't He do it? Yes. He brought you through that camp. I think this is going backwards to some of the comments. You can achieve whatever you set your heart and mind to achieve. Innocence says, glory be to God. Thank you so much. That is awesome, Marvina. Kazoka says, happy Tuesday, Linda says to you guys, Queen Kim, and awesome guest, Marvina. I appreciate your candid testimony all the way from Seattle. I know that you all were in the beginning, so I want to go back up to some of those comments. Amen. You are so right. Speak, Sister Marvina. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All the way from Texas. God Imprint said, yes, ma'am, Marvina. Felita says, this is awesome. Yes, God has to be in the midst of your life, period. Okay, preach that thing, Marvina. Beautiful, beautiful. I needed this today, someone said. So it's like, you know what? It's so many comments. How do I get to be a guest, Natasha? How do you be a guest on Marvina's show? I'm going to make sure you get all of their contact information on how you can become a guest on any of their shows today. All right. All right. Congratulations. Hello. Congratulations to you all the way from Algeria. Hello from Norway, Titusville, Florida, Georgia. Congratulations. Okay. Somebody's advertising something. Okay. You'll have to Whoever's on your platform, you'll get to see that. You're wanting to become a best-selling, okay, da, 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 from Zimbabwe. Good morning. So you all get to see I'm practicing what I preach, what I told y'all, right? Okay. And you know what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. So those are some of the comments that came in. I'm gonna pull me a queen out of this show. Okay, okay, I will put that up because where is Latoya? Did Latoya? I think her thing she popped off. Okay, Ronnie said, "Hey, I'm gonna pull me a queen out of this show yet." So you got a few queens to choose from around here, Ronnie. All right, congratulations, Linda said. Congratulations to you. 5 fabulous Kim Jacobs consulting course graduates, life-changing testimonies all the way from Seattle. Thank you so much, Linda. Woo! Okay. Speaking of which, this is what we're here to do today. We're here to celebrate each of these individuals graduating from a course that they took on how to start your own show from scratch. If each of you, in just a brief moment or so, would tell everybody how your experience was going through the training course and if you'd recommend that to them as well. And let's start with you, Marvina. Oh, I think I have you muted. Oh, go.
Yeah. I had a great experience going through this training course. I really enjoyed learning the things that I learned. It helped me to know how to navigate because I am the one who is the tech challenged. So it takes a little bit more time and understanding for me. And so once I started to practice on it and getting comfortable with it, it really definitely helped me to get into the groove of things because like everybody says, nothing's like experience. You have to actually do it. And that's what I've been doing. I've been blumbering around, but it's been working out for me. So as long as I can get the information out to the people who need to hear it or who even just want to hear it, then I've accomplished a whole lot, regardless of how tech challenged I am. So thank you so much.
And Marvina, please tell people the name of your show and when they can tune in to see your show.
Oh, yes, for sure. Share My Life TV airs every Sunday at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I just want to add the
what
goal
time?
for 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. The goal is to expose, empower, and impact. So if you have something, in which I know we all do, because we all have a story that we would need to expose, and that could be whatever your situation is, whatever you've gone through, and then you can empower people by telling them how you made it through, and then you leave an impact by doing that and having people to believe that they too can make it through whatever it is that they are going through or would like to get out of. You just need to believe. I can't stress that enough. Expose, empower, and impact. That's for Share My Life TV.
And how can they stay connected with you?
Oh, yes. Come to me on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat. All of those could be either found for me, I believe it's Marvina Sims or We Win Queendom. We Win stands for Women Empower Women in Need. And that's the goal. And remember, men, you're included in that because men, the word men is in the woman word. Woman.
Excellent.
Y'all know what I'm going with that.
Excellent. Abby Davo, tell everybody. Okay, so tell everybody what your brief experience was as far as taking the course and whether you would recommend other people as well.
Sure. Thank you so much, Miss Kim. And coming after Miss Marvina, talking about men and the name men and women. So how awesome she put that one. Yeah. So first of all, I love the experience with the training. One, it helped give me the confidence that yes, I can do this. I can own my own show. I can start my own show, and I can reach a lot more young people than I would have ever anticipated. And because it touches on the mission and the purpose for inspiring and empowering young people to believe in themselves and to pursue their God-given purpose, it was very enriching for me. And that in itself is an experience that I get to share with them, that it pushed me to step out of my comfort zone just so that I can reach them. So that's the experience. That's one of the things that stood out for me. And I'm just so glad to have been part of the training along with my awesome colleagues here on the show.
Now I know, just as a precursor, that your show is coming soon. So I obviously don't want to just go putting you out on blast and not giving everyone that courtesy heads up that this show that he has been working on, he's completely well prepared for it to start airing today. So that's why he's graduating. Okay. But his show is going to be coming out very soon. And I do want people to know the name of your show and when it does come out, when they can expect to tune in. I'll have a flyer to present when Ibi Dabo's show comes out. But what is the name of your show so people get a chance to know that as well?
Sure, thank you. The name of the show is Build Our Youth. And now more than ever, it's a time that we get to build our youth up. We get to share inspiration. We get to empower them. Just the other day, I was reading a story from the New York Times, and it was a therapist who was talking about the changes, the challenges that she sees with young people between the ages of 16 to 36. A lot of them are facing what she mentioned, crippling anxiety. And so here we have a show that would help build them up. We share stories of encouragement and inspiration with them so that they can confidently step into their power. They can discover their purpose and they can go all in and not hold back. So I'm really excited about the opportunities and the transformation that this show is going to have on so many young people as we build them up.
I am so excited for that. And now, how can people stay connected with you so that they can see the announcements and things when they start to come out with your new show release date?
Yeah, absolutely. They can visit my website, www.ibdabo.com. And I'm also very active on Instagram with the handle at ibdabo, and all social media channels, or most social media channels, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. I'm on there with the same handle at ibdabo. So
excellent. Thank you so much. And now, Dr. TJ, now again, because we have all of you all graduating, the show is going a few minutes longer. Obviously, I normally have one graduate, but it's working. It's working. Do you all like the flow so far?
Yes.
Okay, other than me yelling, other than me having my dog right here and everything, other than that, the flow is going well, right? Other than me balancing my life over here. Dr. TJ, can you tell us what your experience was like going through this program, and would you recommend it? Again, everyone that may be just tuning in, these are young people, wide variety of ages, but young people at heart too, that have gone through a training course. It's a 6-week training course where you have the opportunity to work one-on-one, typically with me, for 1 hour per week for 6 weeks. During that time, I will help you create a show from scratch. And that's what we've done here. We created a show from scratch. None of these individuals were already talk show hosts. And so we came into what the concept should be and everything. Ultimately, at the end of it all, you own your own show content. So that's what happens here. You get the opportunity to have your own show. You walk away with your own show content, and you're able to start being able to, I believe, just impact the world and build your legacy while you're here on this earth. All right, Dr. TJ, tell us your experience and would you recommend?
Thank you, Ms. Kim. Yes, I would highly recommend it. And you just mentioned a couple of the reasons why, but I think one of the most impactful for me was our one-on-one time. We were able to spend some time where you helped me just develop what would be the concept of a show. For what reason would I do it? And that's where we came to finding your purpose. And I remember the times when you and I even role played. We would go through different scenarios and even coming up with the name that we would play around with the name. So I really appreciated the one-on-one time that we had. And then we also did it as, I think we were your first larger group.
Yes, yes. I was like, okay, we have to all get here. There's several others that are not here that are also graduates technically as well. So they also will have a formal graduation whenever their hearts desire. But
right, part of our family. Yes.
So
and that was so much fun going through with my brother and sister. I think so.
Yes. Yeah, so it's 2 more that still have also joined in with this group, and
Yes.
they also are approved to graduate as well. So,
It
all
was
right, go ahead.
amazing. That was one of my favorite times. It's just when we were role playing, and then also being with my brother and sisters, that of developing something that even 6 months ago was not even a concept in my mind. So I just do want to say thank you to you. And I said it to you the other day in a text of, you're one of the most patient, gracious, kind individuals, that you didn't let us go. You were like the mama who held on and just said, what do you need? What do you still need? And I'm still here for you. And I'm just grateful to you. Thank you that I don't feel like I'm alone out there, that if I still have issues, even after as being a graduate, that you're still going to be there for me. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Now, the funny part is, I know that I did. If I didn't with you all, I did with a few for sure. I'm like yelling just like I was yelling. I know you see that people down here. You know it's about fibrosis. Get down here, son. And so I did yell a couple of times.
Sign it now. Sign it now.
I'm like, you have to go ahead and debut your show. So I am that coach too. So it's not just all, hello, how are you? No, it's like, what? You're not gonna do what? You gotta get yourself down here and get started, because the world is missing out if you don't go ahead and do what God put inside of you to do. The whole world misses out. I done went off a couple of times. Okay, let me.
Yeah. Thank you for being a coach as well.
Okay, so how can people, what is going to be the name of your show, and how people can stay connected with you?
The name of the show is the TJ Naaman Show, and it's going to be airing on Thursdays. And again, it's going to be focused around your legacy, helping you find your purpose and your legacy, and helping you be inspired, educated, and empowered.
So the TJ Naaman Show will be on Thursdays. It will be coming out very soon, and you can stay connected with Dr. TJ Naaman, and I found your information there. Okay. As your coach, I couldn't just leave you hanging since you're traveling. So TJN Consulting, you can email her at go ahead, tell her where you can email.
You can email me at tjn@tjnaaman.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. I'm also on Instagram and Twitter under Dr. TJ Naaman.
Awesome. And so I'm excited about your show. And as you get closer to the reveal date, please make sure we have some information to share it on this platform to announce it, so people can start tuning in. Okay, Latoya, tell us what your experience was like graduating from this, coming into this program, and what some of your takeaways were. Oh, am I muted? Are you muted? Okay. You have to unmute yourself. You muted yourself.
I'm sorry about that. My experience was good. I think the most important part for me is branding my show, because I originally had Talk for Toya, and
That's right.
I changed the name to Who Are You, so that opens up to the world. Just what you just showing us, just the ropes, and just, I'm gonna say it, like, you gave us like your whole, you gave us everything, and that's rare that you see people do that. So if it's anyone out there, I suggest, if you're thinking about doing the show, I do recommend Kim, because she's gonna pull you, pull you, and then she's not just like leaving you out to hang. Like, if there's a question, even if you need to come back in with her another session. There was times where I missed, and she took out the time to do a class individually. So it was a pretty good experience for me, because I had originally had a show, but she just brought more flavor to my show. I guess I could say that.
Excellent. Excellent. So now y'all get to see me balance one more piece of my life, because now my other son just walked in, right? And he has no idea what's been happening here, right? So I want you to go get your sleepyhead brother up and go tell him he has to go to work, because aren't you taking him to work? Okay, gosh. Okay. Sorry, this has been an experience today. But this right here, you get to see, it's no need to have a show if you cannot be authentic and real and and be balancing your life. At least on the Kim Jacob show, we're bringing balance to the world one household at a time. It starts with this household right here, the Kim Jacob household. All right. All right. So Latoya, that's awesome. Thank you so much. So the name of your show, you already said it, but when can people expect to tune into your show?
I am I know this is gonna be a while, but with me um going on so many trips, I think I'm gonna actually wait till after I get back to start it.
Oh, and that's wise, and it's okay. So
Yeah.
the thing is, and again, we're doing this graduation because you all have finished the course. But when
Mm-hmm.
you're ready to advertise your show,
Mm-hmm.
please make sure I get a flyer, and I will definitely say, "Hey, everybody, coming up this Wednesday, this Thursday, this whatever day, we're gonna make sure we promote it as well."
Mm-hmm.
Marvina, I know your show already started back in July. If you just get me one of your upcoming episodes, I would love to put it on for this week for when you're going to be having it on this Sunday. It'll be great to be able to just pop it up once or so throughout this week. I'd love to be able to promote your upcoming episode after your graduation. Okay. All right. And Latoya, I cannot wait for Who Are You? Because I think you're still have been discovering who you are, even finding out that you are a part of some tribes that you knew not of, but the people knew. Isn't that
That's
amazing?
yes.
They
Yes.
knew. You
They
didn't
knew.
know you for real at that level, but they were like, "You're us, and we know you're us." That
Mm-hmm.
sends chills all over my body, y'all, to know
Mm-hmm.
that you may be walking around thinking you're just this, and you may be royalty in a
You
whole.
may be royalty
You
in a
don't even
whole
know who
nother,
you are.
yeah. And you got to think about it. You may be one way in one country and then you go to another country and use somebody else. So you got to stick to what's best, who's treating you the best. Like it ain't about where you come from or
Don't, now Latoya, like I'm going with the highest bidder. I ain't gonna lie to you.
yeah,
She's like, "Who treat me the best?"
I'm going with
You
where
know,
I'm
you
loved at.
did.
I'm not staying in places where I'm not getting treated right.
Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. Okay, okay. So, Miss Lisa Thomas, talk to us and tell us what you learned from the program and would you recommend it to others as well? Are you muted too? Let me unmute you probably. Let me get this unmuted for you. Let me try it. I think we're both doing it at the same time, so let me try. Now you try. It's on your end. I can't unmute you. It won't let me unmute you. It says, "Hey, you cannot unmute your guest because your guest has done." All right. Wait a minute. We'll figure it out. While we're figuring that out, once Lisa comes back on and I see her mic unmuted, what I'm going to do is I'm looking backstage at you, Lisa. See, that's the word. It took you all the way to a real low whisper, right? To silence. That's what's happening now. But it won't unmute. Oh, there we go. I got it. It's on my end now. Yeah, I got it. I'm
Okay.
sorry. I was playing with it at the same time you were playing with it. You did it and then I did it. I finally. Sorry about that. Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. And can you
All
hear me?
right. It was ultimately on me. So I had to do it again. Go. What did you
But
learn from the course? Would you recommend it?
it was a wonderful course. The information that I received was allowed me to feel more confident in being able to go forward in the dreams that I have in my heart. Uh, with the trainings that we received, the information, the technical issues, and I'm still working through some things, as you just noticed. That you work through the glitches, but just keep going forward. I've learned to keep moving forward, no matter what it is, what's going on. Just don't stop and get stagnant. And so, being able to use the technology and the tools, the information that you gave us, and how to use those platforms, I'm working still on them, and I'm actually better than I was when I started. I'm actually able to go in, and my thing is always been after hearing Mr. Brown with the, uh, you don't have to be great to get started, but you have to get started in order to be great. I'm working on that greatness, and so in order to do that, there are some things that I have to do. So I have reinvented myself. I'm totally changed
Yeah.
from the past 6, 7, 8 months. I'm a new person and it's okay, but I'm still the same person. And you pull those things out of me. One of the things that I loved about the training was how authentic you were, and letting us know some of the things that can happen in between, learning to navigate through the balance that's required. And so when the glitches come, and you fix the glitches. If you can't, you navigate, go to the next thing, but you keep moving. And I love that. But I do recommend, if you want to know how to start a show from scratch, even when you're my age, and I won't tell y'all my age, but I'm up there. I thank
You
God
look
that I'm still
amazing.
here.
I don't know what your age could be, because you said something about 35 years in a career and then another 15 years. I mean,
Mhm.
you been,
Should I tell? Well,
you've been working since you were 2.
I'm saying, well, thank you. But I'm past 60, put it that way. And
Wow.
I'm appreciative that I was able to learn things that I haven't learned before. These new tools and platforms, and I've never heard of at one point, but I'm getting familiar with them. I'm getting better by the day. And so being able to navigate through those tools and still feel comfortable learning the techniques, that has been a blessing to me. And it'll be a blessing to those that come to hear, as I launch into this deep water. But I will have a life jacket on.
All right.
Be
And now,
able to
what's the
cover.
name of your show?
The name of my show is Whispers from the Heart. And
And
so
when can
for
they? I know it's going to be in the future, but they'll be able to tune in soon. But I want you all to know, Whispers from the Heart is coming very soon. And these are some phenomenal shows that you all need to be on the lookout for. Whispers from the Heart. And how can they stay connected? I told them, make sure that they stay connected with you. How do they do that?
and just so you'll know, the show will be on Sunday nights. It'll air 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. The dates will be announced in the future, but you can keep in contact with me at Lisa Johnson Thomas. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. I'm getting into these other platforms. I am on LinkedIn as well, uh, but you can actually stay connected with me through those platforms.
All right.
Thank you
So
so
here
much.
we are, getting ready to go to the final, most important part of today's celebration. And I am going to put all of the contact information on every platform that you all are watching it on today, so you can stay connected with these individuals. Latoya, did we go through everyone? I don't want to leave anyone out. Did everyone get a chance to go? Okay. I'm trying to manage a lot of these different things over here
Can I
right now.
just add in? I was just noticing with the IB's show and Latoya's show, their shows spell out a whole word. I don't know if they knew that, but IB, your show is boys, and Latoya, your show is ways. So I just wanted to point that out.
That's all right.
Wow.
Look a little deeper.
Wow. Look at
Yeah,
that.
that's
Look at that.
awesome. That's awesome. You picked it up, Miss Marvina. I just picked it up a few days ago, actually,
Oh,
less than
wow,
5 days
Miss
ago.
I
And
didn't know
for it to
that.
spell out boys, when you're going to be touching so many boys' lives, it's
Mhm.
miraculous, is what it is. I love it. I love the fact that all of you are going to be hosting new shows, and I think that the world is going to be a better place because you're in it. So I'm so grateful for each of you. What I'm going to do at this time, and we're going to bring closure to everything very soon. So sit with me for about 5 more minutes max, and we'll be done. But we are going to transition to the graduation celebration. And this is where we come to this part of the celebratory moment and the time that we have all been waiting for. I am quite honored and privileged to be able to present these individuals as official graduates of Kim Jacobs Consulting course, How to Start Your Own Show from Scratch. And what graduation would be complete without it being some graduation music? Hold on. All right. So on that note, I would like to formally, I hope you all enjoyed the graduation ceremony, giving people a chance to get to know you all today. I told you it's
Yes.
not as bad as you thought, right? It's like, everybody's kind of nervous, huh? We were like, ah. All right. So let's present to everyone their certificates, which will be formally given to you all. Let's go with this particular certificate goes to Latoya Walker, host of Who Are You? Way, according to
Thank you.
intuitive over there, Savi Marvina Sims. All right, congratulations to you, Latoya. Lisa Thomas, host of Whispers from the Heart.
Thank
Congratulations to you.
Thank you so much.
And thank you so much to Shannon for doing all of these certificates. I have a young lady on our team, Shannon, did all of your individual flyers and she did all of these individual certificates. I do not take my team members for granted. So thank you, Shannon, for doing this. Let's go. Okay, I did that one. Let's go over here to Dr. TJ Naaman. Congratulations to you.
Thank you, Miss Kim.
Host of the TJ Naaman Show. All right. Let's go over here to IB Dabo, host of Build Our Youth Show. Congratulations to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So excited about your show. Boys. Wow. I didn't catch that. That's really good, Marvina. I did not catch that one. All right. So let me take that down. And then I have to put yours in. Give me 1 second here because it takes a second to upload all of these. But they are here and in queue. And the beautiful, lovely Miss Marvina here. Oh, I got to delete several. Sorry. Give me a second. So much for the flow, right? It's like, no, wait, clear some of your space, Kim. All right. But again, these are all things too that I tell you all as new hosts. Don't let any of this stuff razz you out because CNN, different other places, they have stuff going on and just everybody else in life is all virtual. So don't be stressed. Don't go editing. You don't have to do that. Just go about your business. All right. Miss Marvina Sims, host of Share My Life.
Thank you. Thank
you. She is a queen amongst queens, and she is going to help other women enter into queendom. So I'm super excited about her show. As well, I'm excited about our 2 additional graduates that will be graduating. I'm not going to say their names and stuff because I want to give them a formal graduation as I gave you all. But I'm excited about their shows as well. All right, everybody. Thank you all so much for tuning in to the Kim Jacobs Show today. Thank you for bearing with me with all of the balancing things that I had to deal with over here today, which is not even the case typically. I'm very, very organized with this process, but today was different. Huh? All right. How do you all feel, everybody?
Great. I enjoyed this. Thank
I'm
you.
good.
Appreciate it.
I know you will.
Let me say this before we leave too.
Huh?
I want to say this before we leave. All of these opportunities that I'm getting, it wouldn't be if it wasn't for Les Brown in his platform. So I do want to acknowledge that. I want to acknowledge I didn't get these invites just because of me. It's not. It's about who you going with, who people seeing you align with. So when people see me on this platform and they see me connected to Les and they see me here interviewing with Kim, then because Les ain't gonna let anybody just come up and just do any of that. So I do want to acknowledge Mr. Brown on his platform today. That every door that has been opened for me, it has been through the grace of God, and God has used him. So thank you, Mr. Brown, for everything.
Yes.
Amen. That's for all of us. That's for all of us.
Yes. Any of you all that want to say a shout out to Mr. Brown, to Dr. Les Brown, feel free to go ahead and say it.
And even with you, Kim, like we wouldn't have known about you if it wasn't for him. So I gotta give Les his flowers while he,
Amen.
Today, like
Dr. Les Brown
he's
approachable, he's kind, he's loving, he's giving people opportunities that are once in a lifetime opportunities that many people may have never even had. including
Mhm.
myself. So I'm so honored
Mhm.
that he has allowed us to be on his platform
Mhm.
to be able
Yeah.
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
Yeah.
present you all to the world.
Yeah.
Yes, even this invite that I got from Turkey, they invited me and they said we can't afford him right now, but you one of his students, so we're gonna bring you.
Isn't that
Nice.
wonderful?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Congratulations. That is
Yes,
awesome.
we are
Congratulations.
all
Yes.
we're all
Yes.
graduates of the Les
Now
Brown
I
Leadership
want
and Guest Speaker
to,
Academy. And I mean, that's just a whole nother show, Kim,
yes.
because that
Yeah.
was a dream of mine for well over 13 years. I so wanted the opportunity to meet Les Brown. And for 6 months on Thursday nights, I fangirled out every Thursday night. I'm like, I can't believe that I'm here. And now to be with all my
So
amazing, my
so
brother and sisters, it's amazing. But he poured so much into us.
so I gotta go to Turkey and stand up straight. I can't be eating with my hands. When I have to, I gotta go and show out now. Like I
Amen.
wanna
You're going.
That is
Yeah.
so awesome. Any other comment
Yes.
regarding
Yes,
Dr.
Yes.
I want
Go
to
ahead.
add when I talked about being an avid reader, Les Brown was definitely the main book I read to keep me encouraged through my ordeal. That motivational man, I call him the godfather of motivation. And to be able to speak with him and let him know that he is the reason that I made it through so many of my situations in life, because I remember a lot of the stuff that I read that he said and still remembering to keep me encouraged. So thank you so much, Les Brown. Dr. Kim, you all have been a blessing in
Amazing.
my life, giving me the confidence I need to move forward and being able to remember that we have to be the ones that bring our lives to people in order for them to see who we are, to encourage other people. It's not about us, it's
That's
about
right.
those who need us.
Yes.
And
So
so I am very appreciative of that.
thank you
Thank
for that
you.
comment. Abby, were you going to say something too?
Yes, absolutely. So the first time I heard about Dr. Brown was in 2020, interestingly, and that was the time that I was going through some really challenging times. And I said, "Where had this man been?" I listened to his speeches on YouTube over and over and over again, and I started believing that it's possible. When I listened to It's Possible, and what an opportunity it was! What a awesome experience it was to have been trained by him, and just the transformation, just everything that he poured into each and every one of us. I'm just very grateful for the opportunity and for all he put in me, that I am now reaching out and sharing inspiration and empowering young people out there today. So thank you so much, Mr. Brown, for the opportunity, and Miss Kim too. You helped also really, really give me a strong foundation of how I should put out my show there, and I'm very grateful for you as well. Thank you
It's my
so much,
honor, and
Miss Kim.
it's definitely his honor too. Anybody else have a comment?
Yes,
Yeah, Lisa,
Lisa.
go ahead, and then we're going to
I,
close out, everybody.
I'm just grateful. I'm very grateful to Mr. Brown. In 1980, I read that book, You Can Live Your Dreams. I took that book and taught it to the children in the church and my mom. We would sit down and listen to him. And that's something that he put in my heart and don't realize he did it back then. And this is what, so many years later, over 40 years later, getting the opportunity to meet with him, to learn from him, and allow him to let us know that our voices matter. I was a shy person. Y'all wouldn't know that when I was young. I would not speak much. If people look at me real hard, I would cry. But the transformation, if you knew me back then and see me now, you'll be surprised. But because of the impartation, the words that I've heard, the power that he has in his voice, it's deeper than we think. And I appreciate having the opportunity and God allow us to align ourselves and get connected. And one of the things he did say is stay connected. That's what I'm going to do. And I appreciate you, Ms. Kim, for what you've done and how you brought us all to this table to be able to go out and then continue to spread our voices, let our voices be heard so that we can impact and make a difference in the lives of those that we touch. Thank you so
Wow.
much. I appreciate you.
Well, I'm grateful that you all stayed with us to watch this special episode of these 5 individuals graduating from Kim Jacobs Consulting Master Course on how to start your own show from scratch. We're going to close out today's episode with a commercial from Dr. Les Brown himself so that you can stay connected with him. And listen, everybody, if you could just stay backstage for 1 minute, just so we can have a closing powwow. But on this note, we're going to end with Dr. Les Brown. Wow. What an awesome time.
Decisions make us. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. When I look at this picture with my brother and I, born in an abandoned building on a floor in a poor section of Miami, Florida called Liberty City, and I was labeled educable mental retarded. They called me DT, the dumb twin. No one could have told me, by investing in myself and learning how to communicate, how to present myself, how to speak to one-on-one or small groups or large audiences, that it would dramatically change my life. I'm 77 now, and I'm looking for people who are serious about becoming successful, about becoming a category king, on how to tell their story about themselves or about their business, or how to monetize their dreams and make a difference on the planet. If that's you, I want you to reach out to me. I'm gonna teach you how to tell your story, how to use quotes, how to use humor, how to make people laugh and feel good and cry in their tears. Oh, let me tell you something up in here. People say we have the best training program on the planet and train more successful people than anybody on the planet. And you can be the next one. This is your time. This is your moment to turn adversity to your advantage. But you gotta be hungry.